I am making a Gate Guardian deck profile. I've been playing around with this deck for quite a bit, and I really, really like it, even though I've heard a lot of people say the new Gate Guardian support's bad. But I still love the deck, and was playtesting it and was able to beat Kashtira, so therefore, given the right person playing it, it's a really good deck. So starting off with the monsters, I play 2 copies of Kazijin, 2 copies of Suijin, and 2 copies of Sangha the Thunder. These are only in the deck because they are the Gate Guardian pieces. They all share the same effect of you can only use their effect once while they're face up on the field, and that is if they're attacked, you can make the attacking monster's attack beats become 0. The other thing I've seen with this deck is some people do mix it with Kashtira. This is not that version. Though I wouldn't mind getting my hands on 3 Kashtira, Fenrir, and Fenrir. A playset of Fenrir, a playset Unicorn, and maybe a playset of Birth since I don't know the ratios. But anyway, on to the other monsters. I play 3 copies of Labyrinth Heavy Tank. Heavy Tank can be normal summon without tribute. It can't attack the turn it's summoned. Then once per turn you can activate its effect to place a Suijin, Kazijin, or Sangha the Thunder face up in your spell and trap zone. And that is a once per turn effect, so if it stays on the field for your next turn, you can use it again. Then I play 3 copies of Terraforming, and by that I mean Shadow Ghoul of the Labyrinth, as you can discard it to search for your copy of Labyrinth Wall Shadow. And then during the battle phase, when an opponent's monster battles, if you control a Labyrinth Wall card, you can banish this card from your graveyard to then destroy the attacking monster. And you can only use each effect of Shadow Ghoul of the Labyrinth once per turn. Then to finish off the monsters, I play 2 copies of Elemental Hero Prisma. This is only in here because you can have it reveal Gate Guardians combined, send a piece you want, have it become that name while having another copy of that piece in your graveyard to use for summoning Gate Guardians combined. Moving on to the spells, I play 3 copies of Labyrinth Wall Shadow. Labyrinth Wall Shadow is actually very useful against decks like Kashtira, because it has the effect of monsters that are not level 5 or higher originally cannot attack the turn they're summoned. So it pretty much stops all the Kashtira XYZ monsters from attacking. The only thing it doesn't stop from attacking with Kashtira are their, level 5 or higher monsters like Fenrir, Unicorn, and Scareclaw Kashtira. But it also has the same once per turn effect as Labyrinth Wall or Labyrinth Heavy Tank. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it Labyrinth Wall Heavy Tank. As well as having the effect of at the beginning of your opponent's battle phase, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls that has 1600 or less attack. I love this deck though because all the effects seem to be similar to the episodes of the show that Para and Dox were in. Then I play 3 copies of Double Attack Thunder and Wind. Was it Wind? My bad. It's Double Attack Wind and Thunder. Basically, what this card does is if you have a Gate Guardian monster on the field, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. And then during your main phase, you can banish this card to add a Suijin, Kazijin, or Sangha the Thunder that is banished or in your deck to your hand. And you can only use each effect of Double Attack Wind and Thunder once per turn. Then I play 3 copies of Fusion Deployment. Fusion Deployment is very good in this deck since you can reveal Gate Guardians combined, summon a piece you want, straight to the field. The only downside of this card is that it does lock you into fusions, which, with the way I built my deck, is not an issue at all, since the majority of the extra deck is Gate Guardian fusions. Then I play 3 copies of A Hero Lives. This lets you pay half your life points if you control no monsters, and special summon Elemental Hero Prisma from your deck. And the reason I play it is because of another one-of card I'll get to later. As well as just being able to cheat out Elemental Hero Prisma to get 2 Gate Guardian pieces in play. Then I play 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance. If you have it, I recommend playing Pot of Prosperity over Extravagance, because then you have a bit more extra room with your extra deck for things like Access Code, Appaloosa, Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, cards like that. Whereas with this version of the deck, I do not have that luxury. But Pot of Extravagance can only be activated at the start of main phase 1. You banish 6 cards at random from your, or 3 or 6 from your extra deck at random, face down, to then draw 2 cards. Or you draw 2 cards. You draw 1 card for every 3 cards from the extra deck you banished. So the first 2 times you use it, you can draw 2, but the third time you use it, if you even get that far, you'd only draw 1. Then for the one-ofs, I play 1 copy of Terraforming, just so you have a 7th copy of the field spell in the deck. 1 copy of Called by the Grave, just deal with hand traps or any monster you don't like that has a grave effect. 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster for back row. 1 copy of Monster Reborn. And then to finish off the spells, 1 copy of Ryroku Guardian. Ryroku Guardian can only be activated if your life points are lower than your opponent's, and that's why I play A Hero Lives. Where you have your opponent's life points, and then, or you target a Gate Guardian monster you control, have your opponent's life points, and then that Gate Guardian gains life points, or gains attack points equal to your opponent's life points. You only activate 1 Ryroku Guardian per turn, and then you can banish from your graveyard to add a Suijin, Kazijin, or Slung of the Thunder that is banished on your deck to your hand. Moving on to the traps, I play 3 copies of Prey of the Jiraigumo. Prey of the Jiraigumo, it has the effect of you can send the spell in Trap Zone, and when you activate it, you summon it to the same column it's set in, and then you can destroy 1 monster in this card's column. So what I like to do is I'll summon a monster to the extra monster zone, then I'll set Prey of the Jiraigumo to the other, so that's in the same column as the other extra monster zone. So if my opponent summons a Link monster I don't like, I can just go Prey of the Jiraigumo. Or if my opponent tries to go IP Masquerade's effect, then I can just go, no, how about I destroy the IP Masquerade first? And then it also has the grave effect of you can banish this card from your graveyard to then add a Suijin, Kazijin, or Slung of the Thunder that's banished or in your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Prey of the Jiraigumo once per turn. Again, I also love these cards because they're all it's a nostalgic deck. It's a nostalgia deck. That's essentially what this is. And to finish off the deck, I play 3 copies of There Can Be Only One. I mainly use this because I know it hurts Kashtira a lot, as they summon a single psychic monster and that's all they get. It's really funny. And considering this deck's monsters are all Warrior, Thunder, Aqua, Spellcaster, Machine, Fiend, Zombie, and then including Prey of the Jiraigumo, Insect. Every monster in this deck is a different... Really, Midnight, you're going... But this card really doesn't hurt this deck at all while being able to cripple others, and that's why I love this card. But that is it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. For the extra deck, I play 3 of each of the Gate Guardian fusion monsters, which are Gate Guardian of Wind and Water, Gate Guardian of Wind and Water. It has a once per chain, twice per turn of being able to negate your opponent's spell or trap card activation or effects. But it simply negates the effect. It does not destroy, which is its only downside, because your opponent can go activate my field spell and then activate the effect on activation and you just negate it, but they can still use its other effects on field. And then it also has the effect of if it is destroyed by if this face-up card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target a Suijin or a Kazejin that is banished or in your graveyard, or I think it has to be banished. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you can special summon a banished Suijin or a Kazejin. You don't target it at all. But the fun part of these is that they are not name specific. So if you have two of these, then you have a once per chain, 4 times a turn. That's what I love about these cards, is that they're not hard once per turns, they're soft once per turn. Or this one's a soft twice per turn. And I apologize for the background noise. Cat has discovered how to open the cabinets. Then I play 3 copies of Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind. Thunder and Wind is a once per turn, add a spell or trap in your deck to hand that mentions Suijin, Kazejin, or Song of the Thunder. So technically with this, you're actually playing 10 copies of the field spell. As they can search the field spell, Prayer of the Jirai Gumo, Gate Guardians combined, Roroku Guardian, or double attack Wind and Thunder. And then just like the Gate Guardian of Wind and Water, if this card face-up card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can summon a banished Sangha of the Thunder or Kazejin. Then I play 3 copies of Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder. Water and Thunder has a once per chain, twice per turn effect of you can target one monster your opponent controls, change its attack to 0. This works very well with the field spell, being able to destroy one monster your opponent controls that has 1600 or less attack. As you can change them, like you can target an Arise Heart, change its attack to 0, and then when they go battle phase, you can destroy their Arise Heart. And then, just like the other 2, if this face-up card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon a banished Suijin or Sangha of the Thunder. Then I play 3 copies of Gate Guardians Combined. Gate Guardians Combined can be special summoned by banish. Oh yeah, the 3 other ones have to be summoned by banishing those monsters you control, whereas Gate Guardians Combined can be summoned by banishing the monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard. But Gate Guardians Combined has the once, or I think it's once per chain. Let's see. Okay, no, it's not even once per chain. It has the thrice per turn effect, which means you can use it 3 times a turn. If a card or cards on your field be targeted by an opponent's card effect, then you can negate that activation, and I don't think it destroys. Let's see. Okay, no, you negate the activation if you destroy that card. And then if this face-up card you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, then you can special summon a Gate level 11 or lower Gate Guardian monster from your extra deck, or I think it's hand, deck, graveyard, or extra deck, actually. My bad. From your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, so it does not do hand or gravy at all. The main thing I love about this card is that it's not only is it very good at helping against cards like that protect like Infinite Impermanence, Effect Veiler, but it also is a floodgate. It's a floater, because when this dies, you summon one of the little ones, and when this dies, you summon one of its pieces. Which, because you summon Gate Guardians Combined, you already have all the options for the little one as well. And then for the last 3 spots, they don't really matter. And I couldn't find mine. But for the extra deck, I'm just playing 3 random Xyz monsters. What they really should be is IP Masquerena, Nightmare Unicorn, and Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. That's what they should be. But I can't find mine. So I just went ahead and guess I'll just put in 3 random things. But IP Masquerena, wait, I think they might actually be in this pile next to me. No. They're not. Well, two of them are. Okay, what they should be is IP Masquerena, Nightmare Unicorn. I can't find my Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Actually, now that I think about it, I think my brother may have been borrowing it. But Underworld Goddess has the effect of when it's Link summoned, you negate the effects of all your opponent's face-up cards on the field. And it's also unaffected by opponent's activated card effects unless they specifically target it. And then once per turn, it can negate a monster, the effect of a card or effect that would summon a monster from the graveyard. Then IP Masquerena has the during your opponent's main phase quick effect, Link summon using monsters you control, and I think it has to include this card. Yeah, including this card. So, with what I was saying earlier with Prey the Jiragumo, when your opponent activates this, you can just chain Prey the Jiragumo, summon it, destroy IP Masquerena, and then its effect doesn't do anything. And then it also has the effect of a monster that is Link summoned using this card cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. And then Nightmare Unicorn has the effect of when it's Link summoned, you can discard a card, target one card on the field, shuffle it back into the owner's deck. And then I've already explained Underworld Goddess, but that is it for my Gate Guardian deck profile. The only thing I would change would be like if I had a playset of Prosperities, then I'd play probably 2 Gate Guardian of Wind and Water, 1 Water and Thunder, 1 or 2 of Thunder and Wind, and only 1 Gate Guardians combined. So that gives you 5 additional spots for 5 additional Link monsters. For like Appaloosa, Boa the Goddess, Access Code, Selene, technically, because you can have it summon Kazijin. But essentially, this just having Prosperity makes your extra deck more versatile against your opponent. But like I said, that's it for my Gate Guardian deck profile. If you have any ideas what I can do to improve the deck, any ideas of decks that you'd like to see be made in the future, or decks like to see face each other, feel free to comment down below. Thanks for watching.